Hare Krishna. So today's class actually is supposed to be given by Nritya Prabhu, our temple president. So he is unable to come, so therefore so he requested, ordered me to do it. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Yasodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Radha Vallabha Sri Radhe Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Prala Narsimhadev Prala Narsimhadev Prala Narsimhadev Prala Narsimhadev Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Sila Prabhupada Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Sri Sri Gaurita ki, Sri Sri Radhola Bhagavan ki, Sri 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 Jagannath Balad Subhadramaya ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Pranande. Hare Krishna. So thank you all for coming for today's Śrīmad Bhāgavatam class. Appears like we see some new devotees who have also come to the visit temple. And as you all know, today is also a very auspicious day, appearance of Sri Advaita Acharya. So in case if you're not able to quickly recall, so we always think about Pancha Tattva. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita, Gadadhara, Srivasadi Goda Bhakta that we sing. So there, Advaita Acharya who appeared today. So it's a very auspicious. And Advaita Acharya is the one who actually prayed to Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna, to appear here, 530 years, 8 years ago. So that's why we got Chaitanya Mahaprabhu here, and then we see the glory of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. His teaching is spreading all over the world. And Advaita Acharya is one of the reason for Lord's appearance here. And he prayed and his Lord appeared. And because of Advaita Acharya, so we all have this opportunity to, hear Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Then we have this parampara coming all the way, having this Hare Krishna movement established all over the world, thanks to Prabhupada. But this was the order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, my Senapati Bhakta will come and he will establish this center all over the world. What happens in the center? One of the things is, apart from praying to Lord, is educating ourselves on what is the goal of life. And today's chapter, which is from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 7, so this is called as Science of God. Science. Understanding Supreme God is not easy. We need a scientific process to understand God. So that is the science of God. Within that, there are many chapters, and today's chapter is chapter 14. The title is called Ideal Family Life. In Kali Yuga, all of us, we want to have a family. The moment we are born, appeared in this life, we have a family, starting with father and mother. Then of course you may have, in family you will have brothers, sisters, grandfather, grandmother, all family members are there. And society is there, the state is there, country is there. Not only country, the whole world is there. Correct? We are living in. So some people extend their family from what we call nuclear family to the expanded Vasudeva Kutumbam. So this is a family life. So how to lead ideal family life? Okay, so this is very good chapter. Actually, very nice chapter to read, so that we can have a family life, still be happy. Because family life means a lot of responsibility. Correct? So the moment you say family, let's say people say, I want to start a family. What does it mean? So I want to get one spouse, or a wife, or a husband, these days in between also. Correct? So all kinds of things happening. How to lead ideal life, family life. And today's verse is number 5, verse number 5, which is verse number 5 from this chapter 14. So let us read this verse. Before that, we invoke auspiciousness. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Actually, today's verse, if you read the whole verse and come out with a summary, what is the theme of the today's verse? The theme is how much one should work or how much one should earn, rather, correct? Ultimately, why are you working? You are working to earn money. How much one should earn, and then what to do with the money that you earn? So and then this way you can perfect your life. So first let us read word by word Sanskrit, then of the verse, then we read the full. Yavat artham upasinaha dehe gehe cha panditaha viraktaha raktavat tatra naraloke naratham nayaset. Now we will read the full line by line, so please repeat after me. Yavat artham upasino Yavat artham upasino Devo gehe cha panditaha Dehe gehe cha panditaha Virakto raktavahi tatra Virakto raktavat tatra Naraloke naratam nasyaset Naraloke naratam nasyaset Yavad artham upasino Dehe gehe cha panditaha Virakto raktavat tatra Naraloke naratham nayaset Yavad artham upasino Dehe gehe cha panditaha Virakto raktavat tatra Naraloke naratham nayaset. Prabhus. Yavadartham upasino Dehe gehe cha panditaha Virakto raktavat tatra Naraloke naratam nayaset. Yavad artham upasino Dehe gehe cha panditaha Virakto raktavat tatra Naraloke naratam nayaset. Yavad artham upasino Dehe gehe cha pandita Virakto raktava tatra. Mataji. Okay, so now we will read translation. Yavat artham. As much endeavor for one's livelihood as necessary. Upasinaha. Earning. Dehe. In this body. Gehe. In family matters. Cha. Also. Panditaha. One who is learned. Viraktaha. Not at all attached. Raktavat. as if very much attached. Tatra, in this, Naraloke, human society, Naratam, the human body of life, human form of life. Nayaset, one should depict. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki. While working to earn his livelihood as much as necessary to maintain body and soul together, one who is actually learned should live in human society unattached to family affairs, although externally appearing very much attached. The purport: this is the picture of ideal family life. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Ramananda Rai about the goal of life, Ramananda Rai described it in different ways according to the recommendations of the revealed scriptures. And finally, Sri Ramananda Rai explained that one may stay in his own position, whether as a Brahmana, a Sudra, a Sannyasi, or whatever, but one must try to inquire about life's goal. Athato Brahma Jignasa. This is the proper utilization of human form of life. When one misuses the gift of human form of life by unnecessarily indulging in the animal propensities of eating, sleeping, mating, and defending, and does not try to get out of the clutches of Maya, which subjects one to repeated birth, death, old age, and disease, one is again punished by being forced to descend to the lower species and undergo evolution according to the laws of nature. Prakriteha kriya manani gune karmani sarvasyaha. Being completely under the grip of material nature, the living entity must evolve again from the lower species to the higher species until he at last returns to human form, a human life, and gets the chance to be freed from the material clutches. A wise man, however, learns from the Shastras and the Guru that we living entities are all eternal but are put into troublesome condition because of associating with different modes under the laws of material nature. He therefore concludes that in the human form of life, he should not endeavor for unnecessary necessities, but should live a very simple life, just maintaining body and soul together. Certainly, one requires some means of livelihood, and according to one's varna and asrama, this means of livelihood is prescribed in the Shastras. One should be satisfied with this. Therefore, instead of hankering for more and more money, a sincere devotee of the Lord tries to invent some ways to earn his livelihood, and when he does so, Krishna helps him. Earning one's livelihood, therefore, is not a problem. The real problem is how to get free from the bondage of birth, death, and old age. Attaining this freedom and not inventing unnecessary necessities is the basic principle of Vedic civilization. One should be satisfied with whatever means of life comes automatically. The modern materialist civilization is just the opposite of the ideal civilization. Every day, the so-called leaders of modern society invent something contributing to cumbersome way of life that implicates people more and more in the cycle of birth, death, old age, and disease. Om Ajnana Trimindasya Jnananjaya Salakya Chaksuranvitamena Sri Tasme Guruve Namaha Nama Om Ishtupadaya Krishnapada Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Samiti Namini Namaste Sarasdevi Gauravani Pracharni Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pachata Deshatani Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Sivasadi Gaura Bhaktavanda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So today's verse is very beautiful, discussing about in ideal family life. Certainly we need to maintain the family the moment we take a responsibility of becoming a grahastha. Correct? Ideal family life may not be applicable to brahmacharis, may not be applicable to sannyasis, but whereas grahasthas are the one who need to definitely follow these instructions that are given here. So here, who is actually telling this instruction? And who is inquiring? So, Yudhishthira Maharaj, who became king after Mahabharat war. So at that time, Narada Muni. So Narada Muni is called Devarsi. So he is the saint among the Devas, Devarsi, Narada Muni. So he visited the house, the palace of these Pandavas. So there, Yudhishthira Maharaj has inquired how to live ideal family life. So today's verse very clearly talking about the need for earning livelihood for grahasthas and how much we need to earn. Then after earning, what do we do with it? Yeah. So actually Prabhupada purport start with saying that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has asked this question about what is the goal of life to Ramananda Roy. So who is Ramananda Roy? For those of you who are a bit new. So Ramananda Roy was the chief minister of Orissa. Actually, Orissa and even Tamil Nadu, all those places that we now have separate state. So it was a big state actually at that time. And the chief minister was Ramananda Roy. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, being a sannyasi, a devotee, Supreme Lord. So he asked this grahastha, not any other grahastha, the highest grahastha in that state. That is the chief minister, just asking a prime minister of this country, correct? Can you please tell me what is the ideal family life? So at that time, Ramananda Roy has explained in different ways according to Vedic Shastras. Now we have various kinds of Shastras. Karma Kanda is there, Upasana Kanda is there. Like that there are so many Puranas are there. So different Puranas may prescribe different ways. But finally, so he talked about, coming to a situation where a person may work according to his varna and ashrama. Depending upon his varna and ashrama, so they do certain duties. So those who are in the brahmacharya, or like in the boyhood, like these babies, so they don't have to do any extra work to live. So who will take care of them? Obviously their parents will take care of them. Even if they grow up to 20, 22, 23, they are still student, brahmacharya. Correct? So they are single, they are brahmacharya. So for them it is taken care by their parents. So they don't have to do explicit work. Yeah. But sometimes we also promote, they reach the age of 15. My needs are more. I am not satisfied with whatever parents' pocket money they are giving me. So they want to work. Correct? They say, no, I want to get some training. So they try to work in maybe coffee shop or tea shop, like that small work, earn some pocket money. So this is the modern civilization. But traditionally, if you go to Vedic civilization, the student life, which is brahmacharya life, was supported by parents, or supported by Gurukul, where you are staying. So Gurukul is supported by the king, the government. Correct? So they focused on learning Shastra, learning, developing qualities of ideal family. Because when they finish this brahmacharya, after 25 years, what to do? Some of them, fortunate ones, continue brahmacharya. Correct? So 25-year brahmacharya, the next 25 year, that is grahastha, 25 to 50 years. So some of them just continue and they end up becoming sannyasis. And most people, 99.9, enter into grahastha. Why grahastha? Actually it is natural. Even some of these great saintly persons, like Kardama Muni, Kardama Muni, also married. Many of the munis also married. It is very natural to somehow have association, very natural. But once you enter into grahastha as a ideal as a family life, so many do enter, especially in Kali Yuga. Everybody enter. According to Vedas, Kali Yuga is very precarious. We won't be able to control senses so nicely. Otherwise, if you somehow forcefully, artificially become a sannyasi instead of becoming a grahastha, what happens? The desires are not gone. And therefore you invent other means and create so much problem. You become a famous sannyasi, then you entangle into some trouble. Right? You see some newspaper, sometimes it happens. So in Kali Yuga it's very difficult. So therefore in Kali Yuga it is recommended those who cannot really control, not perfected, controlling senses, then utilizing that time, fully dedicating for the service of Lord. Otherwise not possible to be a sannyasi, enter into, become this brahmacharya throughout life. So therefore enter into, grahastha family. Okay, now that you enter into grahastha family, so grahastha, life according to Vedas is the remaining 25 years. That is, first 25 is brahmacharya, grahastha 25 to 50. Now that 25 to 50 is the responsibility time. So therefore we have to work to earn money. So here, so Ramananda Roy says that, so according to one's position, person may be Brahmana, Sudra, Sannyasi or whatever, they must inquire about life's goal, apart from doing earning. So what is the goal of life? Athato Brahma Jignasa. So now that we are in human form of life, what is our real goal? Because if you see in this world, we have many forms of life, correct? You can see flies, you can see ants, elephants, dogs, correct? When you go around, you see, according to the Vedas, 8.4 million forms of life. That is 8,400,000 forms of lives. In Australia also there are many peculiar kangaroos, koalas. There are so many of those, very unique. You can't find that easily in other countries. Correct? If you combine together in this universe, the different forms, so many of those forms. Birds, beasts, trees, then you go to aquatics. Correct? Even if you go to within the water, you find small fish, big fish, sharks. There are different forms of life. Even in snakes, various types of snakes, various types of ants, various types of animals. Correct? Of course, in human, also some various types also. Correct? This 8.4 million possibilities. So, a person who got human form of life is very unique. Not everyone has a unique human form of life. Not everyone has a book like this publication they are reading, correct? The dogs are not going to school to read. Throughout their life they are doing just oof, 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 oof. Then trying to recognize who the owner and be more faithful to the owner. Correct? Dogs are very faithful to the owner. The one who provides food, they are fully faithful, unlike humans. Correct? We normally say the most faithful animal in the whole society is the dog. If you feed it some bread or a roti or food, whatever necessary, so it is very faithful to you. Correct? Even these are different forms. They are not studying. They are not inquiring what is the goal of my life. But whereas human is a very unique position. So there are many saintly persons say, Manava Janma Dhoddadu Idu Hani Madakultabadi Huchapadigira. This is in Kannada. One saintly person, Dasa. So Purandar Dasa said, Manava Janma Dhoddadu. The human form of life is the greatest among all these living forms. So therefore we should not waste it. We should view this human form of life to inquire what is my ultimate goal of life? What is my ultimate aim of life? What is that I want to achieve in this life? Correct? So when the person, so birth, so these 4 situations of human life. Janma, Mritu, Jara, Vyadi. This is also discussed here. Janma, so we have taken a birth. In this life, we have taken birth as human form of life. In previous life, we don't know. Correct? We don't have memory. That memory is not transferred from previous life to the next life. Only the soul has come. And we don't know. Only those enlightened personalities may know. So there are some enlightened human beings. They knew what they were in the previous life. Therefore, they want to perfect their life so that they can achieve the success, ultimate success. So this Janma Mritu, birth, the moment person is born, has to die in the Naraloka. So death is there, correct? So when person will die, so everybody is given maximum 100 years, but unfortunately sometime it gets terminated. Anyway, death is there. Janma, Mritu, Jara, Vyadi. Old age is there, correct? With time, boyhood, so these 2 kids were very tiny, now they are walking, then soon they will be adult, then they will be grahasthas, then of course maybe also old age, just like me, correct? So I was also like their body, something like 40, 45 years ago, correct? I was also jumping like this boy 10 years ago. So now old age comes, old age everybody will get, nobody can avoid, correct? Even though modern society inventing many medicine, many processes, so that you can look young even in old age. How do you look young in old age? For example, old age means our hair will become white. Yeah, young age, the black, then old age they become white. But we are not satisfied. We want to look young. We want to maintain family life. We want to be active in family life. So therefore, we might apply color to the hair, look younger. Sometime, the skins also, wrinkling come. Then they say, here is a special medicine you apply. Here is a special surgery we can do for you. Then it actually externally look like young. But internally, the same old age is there. Internally can we change? We can't change. Correct? The root of the grey hair is not changed, only outside. Externally changing. So we are doing so much of Ugra Karma to have that lifestyle of having hairs black, neat always, wrinkle free. Is it easy? You have to spend a lot of money. And to spend that money we have to work. So that means most of our energy is going in working so much for things that we don't need. We don't want to naturally age. Natural aging is okay, correct? So it is known. So it is respectable. You can say, okay, I'm more senior, more experience in the life. So like that we are not taking. So instead of that, persons are working so hard. There is no retirement at all. So retirement age is shifting. Vedic civilization, retirement age is 50. The first 25 are Brahmacharya, next 25 is Grahastha, next called Vanaprastha. Vanaprastha is like a retirement. So you retire from active working life, and the time that you save, use it for advancing in spirituality. Develop more and more divine qualities. Make your consciousness more and more divine. So in Krishna conscious society, like in ISKCON, we say you become Krishna conscious. Become conscious of Krishna all the time. That means become conscious of God. Become divine person. But what are we doing? No retirement. Age 50 over, then sometimes 60 not sufficient, 70 not sufficient, and now the governments and everybody is saying, you work till you drop. No, correct? Work till you drop. Preferably, you are working and sitting on a chair, doing computer programming, artificial intelligence programming, ML programming, die there. Why? Now because their government is saying, we don't have to pay you any pension. Correct? You work, pay the tax till you die. Because the death and tax is something we can't avoid. Can we avoid? Death nobody can avoid. Tax also we can't avoid. ATO will come after you. If you don't declare $1, hey, we noticed $1 you got from somewhere. You didn't declare. Who is doing it? May not be human. They are using all these computing systems. Then they see where are the money is going, where is money coming, electronics money. Looks like your money came here, from there, and I can't see in this reporting. This is all automatic. And they will send you automatic one letter. Then you get heart attack sometime. By mistake, they might print bigger amount also. Then coming out of that is very difficult. You have to prove. So creating unnecessary anxiety is because we worked behind our 50. Especially if you start working 50, 60, 70, that time our memory power also will decrease. Correct? So we have all these senses. The sense power also will decrease. So person may not be able to tolerate that situation. So as a result, anxiety is created. So this after grahastha, this vanaprastha is also lost. Because of this trying to create so many necessities of life. Plus the lifestyle in such a way that no stoppage, until work, until we die. That is how it's promoted. So if that is not done, that vanaprastha, then there is no possibility of sannyasa. Usually it doesn't matter who you are. Whether you are a brahmana, kshatriya, sudra, vaishya, whoever the person may be. Whatever may be their work. But if they are not able to retire and continue to work till the last breath of life, there is no chance, there is no time even to think of what is my ultimate purpose of life. So that's actually a failure. Yeah, so therefore, this verse is advising one who is learned, that is, one who is panditaha. You can see, yavat artham upasino, dehe gehe cha panditaha. So one must endeavor for livelihood as much necessary. But beyond that, one who is learned a pandita will also think about, what is my real purpose life? So here it also talks about without attachment to the family affairs. Not only attached. If you are attached that I am going to take care of, earn enough so that not only my sons and daughter live, but also my grandchildren can live, also my great-great-grandchildren can live. Like that, working so hard. You see some people working, okay, I want so much of wealth that not only my children's needs are met, but also my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren. Why bother about so much? Just first maintain yourself, your responsibility. So if there is so much of attachment, this is what will happen. So here it is recommending one who is a panditaha should live in human society unattached to family affairs. Although externally appearing like attached, but be unattached, detached inside. So do that for first 25 years during Grahastha life and slowly detach, then retire. Otherwise you can't retire. People are not able to retire because they are so much attached not only to the family, but they are attached to that position. That position, whatever the position and power and glory comes, they are so much attached. Sometimes somehow they manage to become position in the society. So there is a lot of prestige if you are occupying some prestigious positions such as Prime Minister, Chief Minister, Vice Chancellor, CEO, CTO, all these big positions, President of a temple, or President of some society, whatever. So much of attachment. So we have. Because of attachment, we are not ready to leave those positions. So therefore, entanglement. See, attachment will be there. Due to attachment, entanglement also will come. And we are not able to come out of this cycle. What happens? So at last breath of our life, Vedas recommend Antya Kale Narayana Spriti. So if you are not able to remember Supreme Lord at last breath of life, what happens? Our cycle of this samsara will continue. So if you are lucky, you might get a human form of life. but their luck is once in billion chance. Most persons might again have to go back to that start. This 8.4 million, the lowest species, maybe bacteria, evolve into fishes, evolve into maybe some animals. Then finally you might get human form of life. Again this Janma Mritu Jaravadi, this goes on. The repeat. And that too in this Naraloke. We talk about Naraloke, Naratam Nayasat. So in this Naraloka, the society of humans here in this material world, this is going to continue. Then same process of working hard, anxiety. This cycle is not going to break at all. We might say sometime, I can break this cycle by becoming a Sanskrit scholar and becoming expert in Vedas. The person may become expert Brahmana, expert in knowledge. But the person has not taken shelter of Supreme Lord, he cannot break the cycle. Shankaracharya, Adi Shankaracharya says, Bhaje Govindam Mudamate, Samprapte Sanite Kale, Nai Rekshite Dukran Karane. What is saying that, oh fool, Bhaje Govinda. So, do think about Govinda. Why? Because at last breath of your life, your Sanskrit scholarship will not save you. At last breath of life, are you able to take shelter of Supreme Lord? Is your consciousness became divine? Correct? So, eloquent speaker may not be a true conscious of God. So, therefore, making your consciousness truly divine is important. So, every saintly person, whatever may be, sampradaya, correct? Whether it is different Vaisnava sampradaya or Shiva sampradaya, ultimately, like Shankaracharya, that's what he said. Only way to save from this cycle of birth, punarapi maranam, punarapi jaranam. How to save? By taking shelter of Mukunda, that is Krishna, Govinda. Unless we take shelter, this punarapi jaranam, puranapi jaranam, puranapi sayane, jatare sayanam. That is, again continuously, you take birth after birth, one after other, in different mothers. Sometime mother may be a cow, sometime mother may be a dog, sometime mother may be an elephant. Correct? To take a baby elephant form, we have to be born in the elephant only. So therefore, this is Jatare Sayanam. Jatare means the womb. You are born in different wombs. That's why I got so many forms of life. 8,400,000 types of wombs from where we appear. Correct? Although people are talking about test tube baby. Correct? Now, instead of creating a baby in a womb, and people are working very hard for up to 45 years, 50 years. And then after 50 years, they develop a desire to have a baby. Nature has designed us to be more productive during that 25 to 50 years. Correct? If you conceive a baby, baby will be healthy, baby will be strong, natural, that grows. The moment you become 25, they will also, the moment you reach 25 retirement, 20 retirement age, they will also be something like 20 to 25. They can take care of themselves. Instead, so the culture is, the modern culture is saying that whether you are a man or a woman, keep working up to 50, 60. And then they develop desire of motherhood. Time is too late. This is where test tube babies concept is come. Correct? Test tube babies. And to get the test tube baby, you have to pay so much money to this hospital, clinic. Correct? So again you have to work. All the money that you earned and you invest give it to this doctor, and they will take you this sperm, this and that, and then try to create something in the test tube. Then how it is going to grow? It is not going to grow in test tube. Then you need a surrogate mother. The egg may be from a person, then you need a surrogate mother. Like this. So what is actually happening? Then everyone, the scientists are also working so hard how to create in test tube perfectly at one shot. Because there are so many trials. At first instance only it should be successful. And first instance only you should be able to choose which type of sex you want, male or female or in between. Nowadays people also in between. They are not happy with just being male and female. So you can also tell, I want in between, both qualities in one person. Correct? So like the desires will come. So then where to grow with that baby? Then you have to again spend money to find out somebody in some country who can willing to give a shelter to the baby in the womb, so that it can become 9 months and grow, then baby comes out. So this is the system, mechanical system. As a result, what is happening? So we are working so hard, unnecessary, ugra karma. This is called ugra karma. Usually, simple living, high thinking. So here, he is talking about, we just endeavor for necessity, and we should live very simple life. Simple living, high thinking. But now, what is happening? High living, no thinking. Because we are bombarded with need for increasing our necessities endlessly. For example, earlier there was no mobile phone, the life was going on, everything was going on. I came to Australia when there was no mobile phone. I still came, somebody picked me up at the airport, still I was accommodated, everything went on smoothly. But now, mobile phones, correct? You take a mobile phone, you start with some phone. Then I say, oh, no, this brand is not good. I want iPhone. You take an iPhone. Then 1 year over. Now they release iPhone 15. I got only 13. I have to now get the new one. And then this is still working perfectly, throw it away. Correct? And now to acquire iPhone 16, it is around $1,000. I have to again work hard. Like that, everything. Sometimes you have got a mattress. Mattress, oh, this is 6-year-old. Throw it away. Get another one. You say, oh, this bathroom, oh, say 8 years ago we renovated, remove it and put it new one. Even though it is new only looking. So like this, unnecessary comparison, unnecessary work, ugra karma to achieve those. Correct? Otherwise, earlier was simple life, simple living, high thinking. Because in simple life what happens, your necessities are very minimal and the time that is available, usually, so for example in Western countries, earlier, they used to go to church. If it is a weekend, go to church, perform some prayers, then hear some divine teaching from the Bible. Then your mind will be much more positive conscious. Correct? Or you come to Hare Krishna temple, you have a lot of time, morning you hear Śrīmad Bhāgavatam class. Correct? So you have teachings of Supreme Lord, teaching of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, teachings coming from, handed over all the way from different saintly persons to enlighten us, develop this consciousness which is divine. When we develop our consciousness divine, what happens? Our mind becomes spiritual. Our intelligence, we have got, consciousness, we have intelligence, we have mind. So now, when we develop this divine quality, this Brahma Jignaso Athato, when you develop or start understanding what is the real goal of life, in ideal family life, earn just enough, then the time that you save, use it for understanding what is the goal of life. And according to the scriptures, goal of life is to develop consciousness of divine, God consciousness. When you become God consciousness, what happens? Our intelligence becomes spiritual. Otherwise, our intelligence will become material. Material will say, why don't you acquire this material? Why don't you acquire that? If you are doing a business, why don't you expand business? You are already 60, expand business, become 70, expand your business into all over the world, become 80. Then like this, you expand everywhere. Then it becomes so big that you can't manage. Then you will also become 90. Then the whole business will collapse. If we see the businesses, also they become so big, empire, that not able to manage, then one day they file for bankruptcy. This is happening to every area. You go to financial area, big companies, big became collapsed. Some IT companies, they became big, collapse. Correct? So like that, because it's like behind their weight. See, for example, I have certain weight. I have some energy to carry this body. Suppose if I eat too much, and my weight will increase by 3 more kg or 4 more kg. Then walking will be very difficult. Waking up will be difficult. Even respiring also become difficult. Even you can't drink water also. People, if they put up too much of unnecessary, due to excessive, anything excessive is a danger. That's what happens. So instead, if you focus on understanding, okay, I earn enough to sustain my life, to keep body and soul together, sufficient for me, sufficient for family members, sufficient for possibly doing some other activity. So that is good, so happy. Then use remaining time for understanding goal of life, then develop divine consciousness. If you put your energy more and more, make your consciousness divine, then our intelligence becomes spiritual. When our intelligence becomes spiritual, what happens? Our mind is who is controlling? Intelligence. So intelligence is the one is guiding the mind. And then mind will be steady. When the mind is steady, when the mind is steady, will be very peaceful. In spite of situation, turbulence that we see in the world. Correct? There are so many disturbances there, constantly. Still our mind will be steady. And when our mind is steady, we will be peaceful. Correct? When our mind is not steady, we are very anxious. So our peace is not there. If peace is not there, no happiness. So therefore, when the mind is steady, we will be peaceful. When we are peaceful, we will be happy. And the goal of life is to be happy. Correct? Because here it says, we are part and parcel of Supreme Lord. So Krishna says, Mama Amse Jivaloke Juva Bhuta Sanatanaha. All these living entities actually part and parcel of me eternally. Okay, we are part and parcel of Supreme Lord eternally. Good. Then, what about the Supreme Lord? Supreme Lord is called Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha. Sat Chit Ananda. So this Supreme Lord is unlimited blissful state. If Supreme Lord is unlimited blissful state, I should also be blissful state. Why I am not? Because my consciousness is corrupted. So therefore, this is corrupted for so many lifetimes, millions and millions of lifetimes. Now that we have got human form of life, so we have to purify. Correct? So when something is corrupted, what do? We want to purify it. Correct? When it becomes dirty, we want to clean it. When it becomes corrupted, we say data corruption. So we want to put together data nicely so that we can relieve the meaning. Similarly, when our minds and thoughts and heart is corrupted, dirty, so by having, divine consciousness, like Cheto Darpana Marjanam, Cheto Darpana. So this, the heart that is, filled with dirt, so we have to clean it, Marjanam. Marjanam means clean it. How do we clean it? So this is where, for Kali Yuga, it is recommended to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Or you can chant Sri Rama, or you can chant Vishnu Sahasranam. But for Kali Yuga, even more simpler is chanting holy name of God. And this is what every scriptures, whether it is a Quran, or a Bible, or Bhagavad Gita, all of these prominent scriptures are encouraging in Kali Yuga, it is recommended to chant holy name. And by doing that, so the time that we save from family life, we can use it for also developing consciousness of divine, and by doing so, we will be happy in this life itself. And when we are happy, then at last breath of life, when we are leaving the body, at that time, in that state, because our consciousness throughout our life, we have developed thinking about Supreme Lord. Then when we think at that time, even though it is very painful condition at last breath, we will be able to Supreme Lord and able to go back to spiritual world, Vaikuntha Loka, rather than being this Naraloka and falling into samsara chakra constantly, endlessly, not able to come out. Yeah. So this is what is recommended. So in this verse, so finally concluding statement by Prabhupada, just to read. So he says, last statement. Every day, the so-called leaders of modern society invent something contributing to the cumbersome way of our life. Constant invention make life more complicated. So that implicates people more and more in cycle of birth, death, old age and disease. So therefore it is also important to have leaders who are also divine consciousness. That's why we say we want Rama Raja. Why we want Rama Raja? Because we want a corruption-free government. So if the corruption-free government means we can save a lot of money, means lot of effort. Correct? If I have to work 10 hours, 20, 50, 12 hours a day, earn 100,000 to lead a life. But with a corruption-free government, if it's Rama-Rajya, I just need to work only 6 hours. Still maintain the same lifestyle. Correct? No unnecessary requirements, unnecessary taxes, and using that money for creating bombs, atom bomb, nuclear bombs, and simply fighting among each other. Correct? He said the country's GDP, some of these countries don't have money to eat, but they are spending half of their earning in creating nuclear bombs. There was one statement long back, we are happy to feed grass to our children, but we are going to create a nuclear bomb. This is what one of the Pakistan leaders said. Either the life. 50% of money for defense, remaining 50% for what? Hardly. So we only have to eat grass. That grass also not available. Correct? Because if you create a nuclear bomb, nuclear explosion test, what will happen? Nuclear reactant, the grass will also be very dangerous. If you eat a grass, even a fruit from there, you will get all sorts of problem. Person will die soon. That Hiroshima and Nagasaki, that's what happens there. Correct? Same thing people are creating. This is the mentality of leaders. Unnecessary fighting for land which doesn't belong to us. After our death, we don't know who will take away. Yeah. So unnecessary cumbersome way of life. So he is prescribing here that, so if leaders also become divine consciousness, then we will have a truly Rama-Rajya, where everything, the leader will think, look after the citizens, look after the country, as if it is own family. So then allow us to spend more time in, develop divine qualities. If leaders develop divine quality, we will also develop. Correct? If leaders also go to the temple, go to the church, then the common people also do that. Correct? Krishna says, whatever great man does, the common people follow. He is a role model. If leader is also dancing in a club, all the citizens will dance in a club only. If leader is drinking and showing this is a great way of life, all other people do the same thing. Correct? So the leaders need to set the, role model, become a role model. So thereby, all the citizens will also follow that. Then we will have a true heaven, true Vaikuntha Loka right here. Actually, this earth is not different. This universe is not different. Krishna is the creator. But because of our conditioned thinking, desiring to be simply focused on sense gratification throughout life by hook and crooks, this is the problem. So therefore this prescription, if you follow, so simple living, high thinking, earn just enough to maintain your body, soul together, along with developing detachment, detachment internally. Of course, externally you have to show that you are attached to family members, wife and son, daughter. Otherwise, you will think you are, not taking care of them. So you have to be externally attached, internally detached. So this way, at last breath of our life, we won't be attached to our sons, daughter, family, building, property, money, bank balance, position. No attachment. Then you will be able to go back to Supreme Lord because you are attached to Supreme Lord. Detached from the externals, attached to the real. So by doing so, we can make our life successful. So this is how ideal family life should be continued. And of course, there are many, many instructions. You come tomorrow, the next verse will tell you about how to lead ideal family life. So with that, let me stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Any question? Yes, Maji. Yeah, can you please give the mic?
Hi Krishna. So we do see that our family members, they entangle us. And sometimes when we hear this knowledge, we can also resent them for entangling us, and then sometimes we don't see any future outside of that entanglement, especially if the family's members' goals are not in line with what we hear in these classes. So how to not have that kind of mindset? Even though we read things like Bhaktivedanta Thakur's prayer songs that my family is your family, I'm just a caretaker, but still it's very hard to be in that mood all the time. So yeah, I was just wondering about that.
So, so question is like, so my family, your family, this family, their family. So how to, deal with this?
Yeah, like not feel resentment towards family members, because when we hear all this knowledge, it feels like we are so entangled and we can't get out because we have all these duties.
Yeah.
But we don't want to feel resentment towards them. It's like how to be in a proper mood when we are with the family.
Yeah, so it is very difficult because we all come out with some kind of self-desire. Everyone wants to satisfy their self-desire. Then, of course, this desire satisfaction can keep expanding, correct? So initially you might think about me, then about the family members, then it goes on. Then we start creating camps, correct? So it's very difficult to come out. So understanding that we are ultimately part and parcel of Krishna. So this is what we say, Vasudeva Kutumbam. So when we come to that level, so that consciousness, so then we will be more detached. Then we will be truly this Pandita Samadarshaniya. Pandita says. The Pandita starts seeing everyone on equal level. Not only the humans or family members, but even others, the dog, birds, beasts, everyone in equal level. So this requires, that thinking. So it's like a Brahma Bhuta Prasanatma. So to be Prasanatma state, that is happy state, we have to come to Brahma Bhuta. Brahma Bhuta Prasanatma. Na sochati, na kingsati. So when that person comes to the Brahma Bhuta state, the divine state, at that time, neither they lament nor cry about any matter. So then that is when they come to the state of having this equality, true equality. So Vasudeva's Kutumbam. So that level. Otherwise we'll have this problem of either me or things associated with me or the greater society or greater country. So otherwise this will happen, quarrel either will happen within our mind or between family members or between families or between societies or between countries. Like this will goes on endless till we come to that Brahma Bhuta Prasanatma state. So this is where this statement, Brahma, Ahato Brahmo Jignasa, that inquiring what is our true goal of life is the way. So true goal of life means understanding what is our true identity in simple terms. Yesterday, that Prabhupada was saying that understanding who really we are truly itself is a revolution, he's saying that. If you understand truly, okay, I am a spirit soul, then, so okay, who are they? They are also spirit soul. What is the connection? So there is a supreme soul. We are all connected. So that understanding is the one that can bring revolution in the life of humanity. It looks very simple actually, but bringing that in truly in our life is very difficult. But through practices, that's why the sadhana, through practices, the process, and it is a gradual. Prabhupada was saying that it can't happen instantly. Like they say, quantum leap. Today and tomorrow I will be the pure devotee. It can't happen. But it's a gradual process because it has taken so many lifetimes, so many years. Like even if there is a dust accumulated on the mirror, if dust accumulates, if you immediately clean, it will go away. But if you leave it for a year or two, the dust becomes very, very strong. If you try to sometime clean, it is so much of sticky to the mirror that you put forth the mirror itself will break. Correct? So therefore this gradual process, sadhana, practices is very important. So when we have practices, then that way, so mine or theirs, this and that will decrease. Externally it may be there, but internally decrease. So that way we be peaceful ourselves, then we see everyone in that level. Yeah. So this teaching, utilizing, saving the time, simple living, high thinking means earning just enough to put body and soul together, the remaining time inquiring the goal of life, then not only inquiring, then practicing it. Sometimes we inquire a lot of things. knowledge is gained. But knowledge has to be put in practice. Otherwise, it's useless knowledge. Correct? I might become expert in technology. But if I'm not able to put that knowledge into the practice, then that knowledge is waste of time. Correct? Srama evi kevalam. Simply the waste of time if you don't put in practice. Whether it is a material knowledge or a spiritual knowledge, the practice also has to be developed. So this is the difference between a scholarly Brahmana versus a devotee. Scholarly Brahmana may know everything in the Vedas, but not able to take true shelter of lotus feet of Lord. Not able to become a devotee. If they are not able to become a devotee, according to Prabhupada, it's simply srama kevalam, waste of time. Yeah. So because it is not going to help you to come out of this cycle of punarapi maranam, puranapi jananam. So therefore it is a waste. Yeah. So by having this knowledge, putting in practice, then developing divine quality, will solve all the problems of life.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai. Allah